She told me I wasn't welcome at Christmas unless I agreed to babysit her 4 kids for free. Said if I wasn't going to help, I shouldn't bother showing up. She actually said that, my own sister, so I texted back 3 words. 3 words that made her realize she'd just made the biggest mistake of her life. But here's what she didn't know. I'd been hiding something that would change everything. And when she found out, it was already too late. My name is Natalie Reed. And this is the story of how my sister pushed me too far and how I finally chose myself. Growing up, my sister Jennifer was the golden child. 3 years older, married young, 4 kids by age 30, our parents thought she was perfect. Meanwhile, I was the disappointment. Single at 27, focused on my career, no interest in the traditional path. Mom would say things like, "When are you going to settle down like Jennifer?" Jennifer would smile sweetly and say, "Everyone has their own timeline." Her tone made it clear. I was less than, my choices were wrong. I stayed polite, showed up to every birthday, every holiday, I was the good aunt. Brought gifts, played with the kids, helped clean up, but it was never enough. Jennifer always wanted more, it started small. "Can you watch the kids for an hour, then 2 hours, then overnight?" I said yes because I loved my nieces and nephews. Emma was 8, Tyler was 6, and the twins Sophia and Mason were 4, but Jennifer never asked nicely. She demanded, last-minute texts expecting me to drop everything. Never once said thank you, never offered to pay. Her husband Derek was worse, he'd make comments. "Must be nice having all that free time. At least you don't have real responsibilities." I smiled and ignored him. But inside I was keeping score, every insult, every dismissive comment, every time they treated me like hired help instead of family. Last October, Jennifer called. "I need a huge favor. Can you watch the kids Saturday night? Derek and I desperately need a date night." I checked my calendar, I had dinner plans with friends. "I can't this Saturday, I have plans." "Plans? What kind of plans?" "Dinner with friends, we've had it scheduled for a month." "Can't you reschedule? I'm asking you to help your family." Something in me snapped. "I'm sorry, Jen, I really can't, maybe another weekend." "Unbelievable, thanks for nothing." She hung up. That night, she posted on Facebook a long, vague status about how hard it is when family doesn't support you. About people who only care about themselves. I knew it was about me, so did everyone else. My mom called within the hour. "What happened with your sister?" She asked me to babysit. I had plans, I said no. Mom sighed, that long-suffering sigh. "Jennifer has 4 children, she's overwhelmed, you're single, you have flexibility, would it have killed you to help?" "I help all the time, Mom. This one time I had plans." "Well, she's upset, maybe you should apologize." "Apologize for having a life, for not being there when family needs you." I hung up, actually hung up on my mother for the first time in my life. This was the pattern, Jennifer demanded. I refused, she played victim. Everyone sided with her. Always. 2 weeks later, Jennifer texted. "No apology, just another demand. Thanksgiving is at my house. I need you here by 10. The kids are crazy in the morning and I can't cook and watch them." 10 in the morning, 5 hours of free babysitting on a holiday. "I'll come at 2:30, I replied. "Are you serious? I'm hosting the whole family and you can't even help." "I didn't ask you to host. That doesn't mean I have to spend my entire day watching your kids." "Fine, don't come early, but don't expect me to be nice when you show up." Thanksgiving was going to be a disaster. I could feel it. I arrived at 2:30 like I said. The house was chaos. Jennifer was in the kitchen playing martyr for Mom and Dad. "Oh, Natalie decided to show up," she said loudly. "Nice of you to join us." Mom gave me a disappointed look. "You couldn't have come earlier to help your sister." Jennifer followed me to the living room. "You know what your problem is, you think your life is so important, but you're not better than me just because you don't have kids." "I never said I was better than you." "You act like it, you act like helping me is beneath you." "They are your kids, Jen. You chose to have 4 of them, that doesn't mean I'm obligated to raise them for you." Her face went red. Get out of my house." The room went silent. Mom appeared in the doorway. "Jennifer, come on, it's Thanksgiving." "No, she's disrespectful, she's selfish, she can leave." I looked around. At Mom's horrified face, at Dad avoiding eye contact, at Derek smirking like he'd won. "Fine," I said calmly. "I'll leave, but don't call me next time you need a babysitter. Don't expect me at Christmas unless you apologize. I'm done being treated like garbage." I walked out, got in my car and drove away. That night Jennifer posted again, a long rant about toxic family members who abandon you on holidays. The comments were supportive of her. Mom even commented, "Some people don't understand what sacrifice means." I didn't respond, just watched the pile-on happen. My best friend Claire called. "I saw the post, are you okay?" "I'm done, Claire." "Completely done." "Good, you should be, they treat you like trash." She reminded me of all the times I'd canceled on her to babysit, all the times I'd left work early for sick kids, All the money I'd spent on gifts while Jennifer never once got me anything. You're not the villain, Claire said. You've been taken advantage of for years. She was right, but it still hurt. 2 days later, Jennifer texted, not an apology, an announcement. Christmas is at my house, dinner at 5, bring a dessert. If you're not going to help with the kids, don't even bother coming. I stared at the message for a long time. This was the line. She was telling me I wasn't welcome at Christmas unless I agreed to be her free babysitter. I typed my response. 3 words, erased it, typed it again. I must have written and deleted that text 10 times. Finally, I hit send. I won't be there. 3 words, that's all it took. Jennifer's response was immediate. Are you kidding me? You're that selfish. I didn't reply. She kept going. Mom and Dad are going to be so disappointed. The kids are going to ask where you are, but I guess we don't matter to you. Fine, don't come, we don't need you anyway, you were always the selfish one. I blocked her number, then I called Mom. Natalie, Jennifer said you're not coming to Christmas. Mom's voice was tight. It's true, Jennifer told me not to come unless I'm willing to babysit, so I'm not coming. She didn't mean it like that, she's just stressed. Then you help her, Mom, you babysit because I'm done. You don't have children, you don't understand how hard it is. You're right, I don't, but that doesn't mean my life is less valuable. It doesn't mean I exist to serve Jennifer. She's your sister. And she treats me like an employee. I'm not doing it anymore. Your father and I are very disappointed in you. No, you raised me to believe Jennifer's needs always come first. But I'm a person too, Mom. I have a life too. I'm not apologizing for that anymore. I hung up, blocked her number, then Dad's, then several aunts who texted about how I was ruining Christmas. I blocked them all. And then I did something I'd been thinking about for months, something I'd been too scared to do because of how the family would react, something that would change everything. See, there was something Jennifer didn't know, something no one knew. I'd been offered a job 10 months ago, director of marketing for a tech startup in Seattle. 6 figures, equity, full benefits. The job of a lifetime. I turned it down. Why? Because it meant moving across the country. Because I knew the family would guilt me for choosing my career over them. So I'd said no. Stayed in my mediocre job, stayed available for a sister who only called when she needed something. But that company called again last week. The position had opened up. They still wanted me. I hadn't answered yet. Had been sitting on the email, terrified to make the choice. But after Jennifer's ultimatum, after Mom's disappointment, after being blocked from Christmas, the choice became crystal clear. I emailed back. Yes, I'm interested. They responded within an hour. January 2nd start date. Relocation by mid-December. They'd pay for everything. I accepted. Right there, sitting on my couch with my phone full of blocked numbers, I accepted my dream job. Then I posted on Facebook. Big news, I've accepted an incredible job opportunity in Seattle. Relocating in 3 weeks. Excited for this new chapter, here's to putting myself first for once. I added a photo of the Seattle skyline, hit post, and waited. The messages came within minutes. Friends congratulating me, colleagues cheering me on, then the family saw it. Comments from cousins and aunts. Most were supportive, but some weren't. Must be nice to just abandon everyone. I guess we know where her priorities are. Then Jennifer called from Derek's phone. Seattle, you're moving to Seattle. When were you going to tell the family? I just did, on Facebook. You can't just leave. What about Mom and Dad? What about the kids? Then maybe you shouldn't have uninvited me from Christmas. Maybe you shouldn't have told me not to come unless I was willing to be your free babysitter. I didn't mean it like that. Yes, you did. You've been treating me like this for years. I'm done. I'm choosing myself. I'm choosing my career. I'm choosing a life where I'm not taken for granted. You're being ridiculous. You're going to move across the country over one fight. No, I'm moving because I was offered an amazing opportunity, and I'm taking it because there's nothing keeping me here. No family that respects me. No reason to stay. Silence. Then quietly, what about us? You told me not to come to Christmas. You've made it clear I'm only welcome if I'm useful, so I'm removing myself. Now you don't have to worry about me refusing to help. Natalie, please, I didn't mean it. I was stressed. Too late. The apology was too late. I'm leaving in 3 weeks. If you want to say goodbye, you know where I live, but I'm not coming to Christmas. I'm not babysitting. I'm done. I hung up. Blocked Derek's number 2. Jennifer commented on my Facebook post. Congratulations on the job. Sad you're leaving, but I understand. Family will miss you. So polite. Like she hadn't just spent weeks treating me like garbage, taking the high road for appearances. I didn't respond. Didn't need to. In 3 weeks I'd be gone, starting over where no one expected me to sacrifice myself. That was revenge enough. The next 2 weeks were a blur, packing, organizing, saying goodbye to real friends. Claire threw me a party. My coworkers took me to lunch. People who valued me showed up. My family, nothing. No calls, no texts, no visits. Then 4 days before I was supposed to leave, someone knocked on my door. Emma, my oldest niece, standing there with my mom. Emma's eyes were red. Ran to me and hugged me tight. Aunt Natalie, please don't go. Please don't move away. My heart broke. The kids were innocent in all this. I knelt to her level. Sweetheart, I have to go. I got an amazing job, but I'll visit. I'll video chat. You can come see me. Nothing about how much I love you changes. But why so far away? Sometimes adults need to make hard choices. This is what's best for me, but I'll always be your aunt. Distance doesn't change that. After Emma left, Mom stayed. We stood in my half-packed living room. You're really doing this? Yes, Jennifer is devastated. The kids are devastated. My family uninvited me from Christmas, Mom, treated me like a free babysitter instead of a person. There's nothing keeping me here. We love you, Natalie. I know, but love isn't enough. I need respect. I need to be valued, and I don't feel that here, so I'm leaving. What if we try harder? They won't change, Mom, not really. Because Jennifer doesn't think she did anything wrong, so nothing will change unless I change it, and this is me changing it. Mom left crying. I felt guilty for about 10 minutes. Then I remembered Jennifer's text, don't even bother coming. The guilt faded. I was making the right choice for me, finally. I moved to Seattle on December 20th. The company put me up in a nice apartment. I started my job in January. It was incredible. My ideas were valued. My time was respected. No one expected me to work for free. I made new friends, explored the city, hiked on weekends, went to dinner without guilt. For the first time in years, I felt free. Jennifer tried calling from different numbers. I didn't answer. Eventually, she stopped. Mom sent birthday cards with short messages. We were civil, distant. Emma video chatted every few weeks. Told me about school. I listened, stayed involved in the ways I could. She was the only one I maintained a real relationship with. A year after I moved, Jennifer sent me a letter. Handwritten. She apologized. Really apologized. Said therapy helped her see how she'd used people, especially me. Said she understood why I left. She didn't ask me to come back, didn't ask for anything. Just said she was sorry. I wrote back, accepted her apology. Said I was glad she was working on herself. But I didn't offer to visit. Didn't promise anything would go back to how it was, because it couldn't. Too much had happened. We text occasionally now. Surface-level stuff. Photos of the kids. Photos of Seattle. It's cordial. Maybe one day it'll be more, maybe it won't. Either way, I'm okay. Because I learned something crucial. You teach people how to treat you. For years, I taught my family I was disposable, that my time didn't matter, that I'd always say yes. So they treated me that way, not because they were monsters, but because I let them. Moving to Seattle wasn't revenge, it was self-preservation. It was choosing myself when no one else would. Do I miss my family sometimes? Yes. Do I wish things had been different? Absolutely. But I don't regret leaving, because staying would have meant shrinking myself forever. It would have meant accepting that my dreams didn't matter as much as everyone else's convenience. And I'm worth more than that. We all are, so if you're listening and you relate, if you have someone who treats you like I was treated, I want you to know something. You're allowed to leave. You're allowed to choose yourself. You're allowed to set boundaries even if people get angry. You're allowed to say no without explanation. Because your life is yours, not theirs, and you don't owe anyone your happiness. My sister said if I wasn't going to babysit, I shouldn't come to Christmas, so I didn't. I chose myself instead. And I'd make that choice again every single time. Tell me in the comments where you're watching from. Have you ever had to choose yourself over family? Because if you have, you're not alone. You're not selfish. You're not wrong. You're just someone who finally realized they matter too. And that's not something to apologize for. That's something to celebrate.